Hello, hello. We have a little bit of a steamy one today. So, I do have an Uncensored Anonymous reading to do from a DM on Instagram. So, yeah, this one's a relationship reading again. And the reason I'm going to go ahead and do it, like I'm not really doing the relationship ones, but the reason I'm going to do it is because it's got some stuff. Okay, so this is a person who has been in an on and off, long distance, very steamy relationship, if we want to call it that. It's been back and forth between the two of them. The latest was kind of it was really, really good, and then they decided to kind of take a break because of the distance, and then they got in touch again and they were going to meet up, and then the Rona season, and so they couldn't meet up, and so it stayed going a little bit, and then the person that is asking the question messaged the other person, and just catching up kind of thing, and they responded with a photo, a very not a risque photo, not a steamy photo, but something meaningful to the two of them. So this was very confusing for the client, and so we're a little confused as to what's going on, because after that the client sent a selfie, and the response was being blocked with no explanation. So this has been going back and forth since 2017. So we're, in the 4-year range of off and onness. So we want to look and see what the hell happened, what's going on the other side of that. So these all came out while I was shuffling with the World, the Knight of Swords, the Nine of Swords, and the Five of Cups. I really feel like I don't feel like the other person wanted to end things. I feel like the other person enjoyed the company and wanted it to continue. I feel like they are a little in their head about it. They're, but these just jumped out, so we're going to put them back in, see if they come back up. But I kind of feel like it was fun, and things were moving quickly, and now that this could be the reason why is because they were in their head so much about it, and they didn't like the emotional connection wasn't enough to sustain without physical. But that's kind of what I get from what popped out. Let's put these babies back in, and we're going to do my normal little relationship spread. We're going to look at your energy, their energy, where they align, and possible outcomes. And keeping in mind that this is, possible outcomes, and knowing things changes things. So, yeah, what you take with the information can definitely change the outcome. One more shuffle. All right. These are very stiff. This is the Super Lunaris. I love this deck. It's amazing, and it has like the rose gold, pinkish metallic edges, but they are very thick and stiff. Yeah, no pun intended. All right, so let's look at your energy, their energy. I don't know if I'm putting on them too high. And then the outcome, most likely outcome with the current energy. Now, the current energy, I want to say, is the energy where you are blocked from contacting the other person, that under these circumstances, what's going on, or what could happen. So here's you. The Page of Swords. So yeah, learning maybe some truths about yourself, learning something about yourself, but definitely something. I feel like it's more of a self discovery, and he's got the Emperor. Oh Lord. Now I don't know if I mentioned this when I was kind of recapping the situation here, but I I kind of think like, okay, I may or may not have mentioned it when I was going through the kind of the situation that we're reading on. Um, the other person did start seeing someone, and the person who's questioning is like, uh, you know, tried to wish them well and tried to be cool about it, but uh, was still a little confused, and that's some mom energy right there. That's she is expecting in this card. Now the Empress can mean many other things. Just, if because the card is just describing the person, they can just be a nurturing person. But being the situation the way it is, there's a possibility that there may be a baby on the way. I don't like to just say that for the Empress card, but being the situation that it is where you've been kind of ghosted, I think this person is focusing on nurturing the relationship that they are in, possibly for that reason. All right, so let's see how you view each other. You see them as the Knight of Pentacles. You see them as somebody who kind of fulfills you, grounds you, somebody who is kind of what has been a constant for several years. Somebody stable and steady, but also still virile. How do you say that word? But still like in the younger category, like not youthfully, but like like they aren't old. They're active. That's the word. That's a good word. An active person who's kind of been stable in your life, and that's you see them as a stable person, as somebody who to be a kind of a partner with. How they see you, the Lovers. I also want to point out that we have two majors so far on their side of things. So I'm really getting the the impression that they see you as a partner as well. But I feel like okay, so like the story of Eve and the snake and the apple or whatever. Um, I'm really getting really strong, like just for play kind of lovers, not relationship. I'm getting a little bit of kind of, snaky, snake in the grass kind of vibes. That he kind of more sees you as like I kind of feel like he sees you as more of a play taboo kind of thing. Like it's part of the thrill is the risk, is kind of what I'm getting. I do feel like they have the attraction, but I feel like it's more of a play, kind of like the danger, like there's a danger aspect to it, a temptation aspect that causes the thrill for them. Um, that's kind of what I'm getting from the card. Okay. Uh, what you expect, your expectations of each other, what you're expecting. Page of Cups, you're expecting an offer of love. You're expecting this fruitful, happy, adventurous kind of emotion, you're expecting a different kind of thrill than he is. They, sorry, is expecting more of a I feel like this is more of a physical attraction, this is more of emotional attraction. You're expecting them to fulfill you in an emotional way where they're looking, they see you as play, where your expectation is fulfillment. Um, their expectation, is the Eight of Swords. I kind of feel like their expectation from you is to, it's kind of like you wait in the cage. Like I'm getting like my kid's hamster. They want you to kind of wait in the cage, like, because the Eight of Swords is about being caged in, being trapped by your thoughts. They want you thinking about them while waiting kind of in a cage almost. I kind of don't get like such, like I don't really get the good person, good guy kind of vibes. But I don't know this person, and you've been the one to be in contact with this person for several years. You probably would know them better than I am, but I feel like there's definitely a side to this person that you don't see or that you don't know about, and I feel like it's a little dark. um I just I get like he sees you caged, almost like wanting you to wait for them to take you out of the cage and play with you. Okay, that's kind of what I'm getting. And I'm sorry, I know that's probably not what you want to hear, but I do feel like you're better off knowing and learning and growing from this than, for me to just be all fluffy rainbows and yeah, like he loves you. He's just going through a rough time. I don't see it that way. I kind of feel like he's been kind of treating you like a plaything, taking you out when he feels like it. And his expectation is for you to just wait and be in a cage, thinking about them, waiting for them to contact you again. Not communicating though either. Not he they don't he I already said it. Doesn't want you to communicate. They want you to just wait by the sidelines for them to communicate. Very opposite expectations in these cards. Very opposite expectations. All right, let's see what the potential outcome is. Death. Okay. Now, the death card is not a bad card. The death card is a renewal, a beginning. I don't know if you can see it very well. I love the one. This is one of my favorite cards in this deck. Just the symbolism. We have this like forest fire in the background with this new growth. We have the opposite colors. We have the heat and the fire here, being cooled down by this new growth here. And I didn't even notice it before I made this my favorite card, but there's also a spirit of what looks like a female up in the smoke of the ashes, like rising like a phoenix. What I really feel like the outcome is the end of this cycle. Let it go. Let it go and grow from this, because and you did ask about possible karmic lessons. I feel like you've learned it, and part of it though is the learning to let go and grow yourself. And like I said over here with this first card, it does feel like you're learning about yourself. It does feel like a lesson here. But I don't think this is going to continue. I think you're going to put the end to it, and you're going to put out that fire that was brewing for so long, that passion. You're going to put out that fire by growing yourself. But yeah, I say leave this one alone. And maybe in the beginning, things were a little bit better, a little bit, more open. But you don't need that kind of shit in your life. You don't need that. You don't need somebody to come in and come out as they see, as it's convenient for them. You don't need that. You want somebody who's going to help you fill that cup. You want to fill your own cup. And you want to have somebody who's ready to receive the overflow from your cup. So definitely feel like this is something you should move on from. Tie up loose ends if you need to, but if you're blocked, then it's a sign to move on. But I see you rising from the ashes as a new growth, learning about yourself and having boundaries so that that person that you expect from a relationship can show up for you. But I'm going to draw a couple more cards to clarify the outcome. Not really to clarify the outcome. I think that was pretty clear. But to see if there's somebody else. Is there somebody else coming in soon for this person? Okay, that's a lot of cards. Let me read them all. The Wheel, the Hierophant, somebody who's going to teach you some new things. The Devil, be careful of unhealthy attachments, though. But I do see somebody else coming in pretty soon in the form of a teacher. But it's definitely something you can grow from. But be aware of any unhealthy traits that you might bring to a relationship, and be on the lookout for anything from them that may feel like something unfavorable. But yeah, let's set these all out here. I feel like there's definitely somebody new coming in here, pretty near future. This number 3 is standing out for me, so, and being right in the middle, I kind of, 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years, something around that number. But also just there is a little bit of caution that needs to be taken here, in an effort to prevent you from repeating a cycle. Okay. But I do feel like there is definitely something good coming in here for you. You're closing out this cycle and bringing something new. The Wheel and the Death card both kind of signify that closing of a cycle and having a new cycle. Just make sure that on the other side of the partnership that they are, not attached to something else, because I kind of feel like that's the situation here. But I want to thank you so much for watching the video. If you're watching the video, I want to thank you for sending in the reading to my sitter, querant, client, whatever. So yeah, thank you so much. And as always, have a blessed day.